we have been very active in our action, especially in the deployment of new energy.
Have you ever watched your EV blink 80% charged and felt like you just aged a decade waiting? Today, you're about to see the charging breakthrough that turns that slow crawl into a blink and you miss it sprint. We're going behind the scenes of BYD's new Super E platform, the tech that promises 400 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes. By the end of this video, you'll know why this isn't just another fast charger upgrade, but a full-blown game-changer for electric cars worldwide. Stick around, because you're about to learn the real story that nobody's talking about yet. BYD, Build Your Dreams, is a name you might not have known 10 years ago. Back in 1995, they were a small battery company in Shenzhen, China, cranking out nickel-cadmium cells for brands like Sanyo and Motorola. Fast forward to today, and BYD is a Fortune Global 500 company, making everything from smartphones components to buses and cars. Their secret sauce? Vertical integration. They don't just buy parts off the shelf, they own the chemistry labs, the cell factories, and the power electronics workshops. That means when supply chains froze up elsewhere, BYD simply turned up production at their own plants. In 2003, they stunned the industry by snapping up an auto factory and launching their first plug-in hybrid in 2008. Critics scoffed, calling them a battery maker playing dress-up. But when the E6 all-electric crossover rolled off the line, followed by the Blade battery, which slashed internal resistance and boosted safety, they proved the skeptics wrong. By mastering batteries, motors, and power electronics, BYD quietly built an empire that now directly challenges Tesla on global EV sales. Strategically expanding into non-automotive businesses has allowed BYD to reduce risk and take advantage of growth prospects. One of its subsidiaries, BYD Electronics, supplies components for smartphones made by companies like Apple and Huawei. Another, FinDreams, specializes in components for electric vehicles. Together, these companies form a vertically integrated industrial network. In addition to its impressive track record in renewable energy, BYD has teamed up with major players like the Saudi electricity company on massive battery energy storage projects. With the support of investors, BYD Semiconductor has become a major participant in several fast-growing industries and has successfully navigated global supply chain upheavals. With approximately 1 million employees as of 2024, BYD is the biggest private sector employer in China. With sales exceeding $100 billion and fast growth into Latin America, Europe, and Southeast Asia, BYD is a sign of China's bigger industrial aspirations. Its meteoric rise from a battery startup to a Fortune Global 500 organization, ranked 143rd, is indicative of China's growing standing in clean technology and energy, as well as its manufacturing dominance on a global scale, as is the entrepreneurial spirit of this particular company. So, the greatest expression of BYD's moniker, Build Your Dreams, is the company's rise from a modest battery maker to an esteemed multinational. Creating aspirational spaces was only the first step. The next big thing is rethinking the boundaries of electric transportation. With its revolutionary Super E platform technology, BYD has taken electric car battery innovation to new heights, establishing a new standard for charging efficiency and speed. Electric cars may increase their range by 400 kilometers, or about 249 miles, in only 5 minutes thanks to the platform's fundamental capability to sustain an unprecedented peak charging rate of 1,000 kilowatts. This capability more than doubles the capabilities of Tesla's and other rivals' fast-charging systems, which can only handle up to 500 kilowatts at most. And totally new battery technology, built to endure the tremendous stress and temperature loads produced by megawatt-level charging, allows for this tremendous improvement in energy delivery. A new generation of battery cells has been created with an internal resistance decrease of 50%. which is the key component of this accomplishment. Such fast energy transfer rates are only possible because of this tremendous advancement, which allows for ultra-high-speed ion flow between the anode and cathode. In addition, power semiconductors made of silicon carbide significantly improve the power electronics of the battery, leading to more efficient and safer energy flow as well as better temperature control. A single module motor with a maximum speed of 30,000 revolutions per minute and an improved 3-core design optimize current distribution in the battery's supporting electrical system, making it more responsive and efficient during fast charge and discharge cycles. Safety and performance in harsh environments are prioritized throughout the battery design of BYD. To prevent overheating and keep the battery in good condition even after several ultra-fast charging cycles, advanced thermal management mechanisms have been incorporated. In addition to providing consistent daily use, even during high-intensity tasks, the design also protects battery life from rapid deterioration, a major issue with rapid charging. Enhancements to ion channel conductivity have the potential to increase energy retention while reducing deterioration over time. This would strike a good balance between the two competing goals of charging convenience and durability, both of which are essential for the broad adoption of electric vehicles. The new battery from BYD raises the standard for innovation, but it also throws the industry's engineers a wrench. Now that charging at megawatt levels is commonplace, there is a greater demand on vehicle cooling systems, stricter quality control requirements for battery materials are required, and grid support infrastructure would require improvements. However, the fact that both financial markets and industry insiders have responded positively demonstrates the huge desire for game-changing solutions. BYD's invention will refocus global focus on battery technology and usher in a new age where ultra-fast charging is the standard, not the exception. This will make the automobile industry reconsider the boundaries of electric mobility. The Han L sedan and the Tang L SUV are the first models to be strategically integrated into BYD's Super E platform. These vehicles are already well known in the premium segment for their combination of technology, performance, and luxury, making them the perfect starting point for BYD's ultra-fast charging technology. By launching the 5-minute charging method on these vehicles, BYD is demonstrating its dedication to being at the forefront of global innovation and appealing to tech-savvy, performance-oriented consumers. The Super E platform's practical dependability and benefits can only be proven in real-world driving situations by early adopters. A well-thought-out market strategy is seen in the first emphasis on high-end automobiles. Customers in the premium sector tend to be more patient with the inevitable early-stage expenditures that come with groundbreaking innovations and more eager to shell out cash for state-of-the-art products. Without being subject to rapid mass-market demands, BYD is able to collect useful user data, track system performance in different settings, and make incremental changes using this method. So, the Han L and Tang L aren't just flashy displays. They're also crucial test beds for honing the megawatt-level charging experience before rolling it out throughout BYD's varied product line. Nonetheless, BYD has said unequivocally that its Super E platform is not limited to high-end automobiles. A more widespread adoption of high-speed charging infrastructure, even for mid- and entry-level electric vehicle models, is the company's ultimate objective. Over the next several years, with falling manufacturing costs and growing infrastructure support, this deployment will take place. If ultra-fast charging is made standard across the board, it has the potential to completely change customer expectations, turning 5-minute charging into the norm instead of a luxury feature. In order to stay competitive, the whole electric vehicle sector would have to speed up its innovation schedules if this transformation were to occur. At the same time, BYD is following its aggressive plan for global expansion. The future scalability of the Super E platform is being considered as new production bases, are being constructed in Latin America, Southeast Asia, and Europe. If the world's supply chains and car technologies are able to work in tandem, BYD may be able to establish itself as the undisputed leader in the electric vehicle industry in the coming years. Combining BYD's vehicles with ultra-fast charging technology will signify the company's shift from catering to early adopters to the masses. Launched in March 2025, BYD's Megawatt flash charger was a watershed moment for the electric vehicle industry as a whole. Unlocking the full 5-minute charging capability of the Super E platform, these chargers support peak outputs of 1,000 kilowatts, twice as fast as Tesla's newest V4 supercharger. They are the first of their type. To immediately support the debuts of the Han L car and Tang L SUV, BYD planned the quick deployment of 500 ultra-fast chargers starting in April 2025. These installations play a vital role in BYD's larger goal of standardizing megawatt-level charging across China and beyond. They are more than simply a supporting act. For the purpose of developing a private network that guarantees BYD drivers can easily access rapid charging without relying on third-party suppliers, BYD intends to deploy an astounding 4,000 megawatt-capable stations all throughout China after the initial launch. Although it offers twice as much charging power than Tesla's first supercharger model, its approach is similar to it. By running its own network, BYD is able to keep an eye on quality, improve the user experience, and collect useful usage statistics for optimizing and scaling its infrastructure plan. By incorporating battery energy storage devices at its charging stations, BYD has been at the forefront of all-in-one technical innovation which addresses grid limits. When demand exceeds the capacity of local grids, these storage devices ensure a steady output in the megawatt range. To alleviate range anxiety for drivers in underserved areas, BYD has connected energy storage to its chargers so that it can provide dependable, high-speed charging in both metropolitan centers and outlying locales. Even while existing cars like the Tang L and Han L can only handle 1,000 kilowatts, BYD's Megawatt flash chargers are designed to be updated to 1,160 kilowatts, ensuring they can keep up with the demands of the future. Charging stations may maximize operational flexibility by supporting dual-plug simultaneous charging, which reduces lineups and increases station throughput. With this kind of forward-thinking planning, BYD can be prepared for the next generation of electric vehicles, which will require even more powerful charging infrastructure. Thanks to its unparalleled charging rates, BYD's Super E platform has set a new standard for electric vehicle platforms. With a maximum output of 500 kilowatts, Tesla's V4 superchargers are half as powerful as BYD's system. This means that BYD vehicles may increase their range by up to 400 kilometers in as little as 5 minutes. In order to meet customer expectations for speed, convenience, and efficiency, BYD has achieved a first: production EVs with megawatt-level charging capabilities. This requires the industry to rethink its standards. Though they have made progress in fast charging and battery swap networks, BYD's deployment is both massive and lightning-quick compared to those of Chinese competitors like Li Auto, Xpeng, Zeekr, and NIO. Although they provide a novel solution, the physical and logistical complexity of NIO's battery swap stations prevents them from being scaled up quickly. While Xpeng and Li Auto have made investments in fast charges, BYD's ambitious plan is for 4,000 megawatt-capable stations, leaving their networks in their infancy. The rivals are now under pressure to speed up their own deadlines or risk lagging behind in terms of technology and consumer convenience, given that BYD's infrastructure is already under development. The main thing that sets BYD apart is its own infrastructure, which develops with their car technology. Despite Tesla's pioneering efforts in the supercharger network, BYD's transition to 1,000 and even 1,160 kilowatt charging shows how well technology and infrastructure work together. Customers have a frictionless experience with BYD because to their integrated ecosystem, which is hard for other networks to match. The Megawatt charging infrastructure will be a competitive advantage for BYD, which expects vehicle sales of 5 to 6 million units in 2025. This is because charging speed and availability are becoming just as crucial as performance and range. Breaking new ground is only the beginning. BYD has far grander ambitions that may revolutionize the way we power vehicles of the future. BYD is dedicated to improving battery technology, which forms the basis of its future electric vehicle vision. This is according to Sun Huajun, Chief Technology Officer of BYD's battery business. Starting in 2025, the firm intends to start demonstrating its widely awaited all-solid-state batteries by 2027. The electric vehicle market could be about to undergo a dramatic shift if new solid-state lithium-ion batteries live up to their lofty expectations of improved safety, increased longevity, and better energy density. This strategic step will allow BYD to collect real-world data and enhance the technology before mass-market commercialization, although first deployment will be small-scale. The next-generation batteries rely on expensive and complicated sulfide electrolytes, which may not be widely available until around 2030. In spite of all these challenges, BYD is still sure that solid-state batteries would be able to compete with liquid lithium-ion technology in terms of price as a result of scalings and other technical advancements. This hopeful outlook is in line with the industry-wide push for solid-state batteries, which rivals like CATL and Toyota are also aiming for. The development chronology reveals BYD's thoughtful long-term strategy. In 2013, the business started researching solid-state materials. Since then, they have made steady progress, going from modest soft-pack prototypes, under 1 Ah, to trial cells with 20 Ah and 60 Ah capacity set to be released in 2024. This continuous improvement demonstrates BYD's technical strength and their determination to spearhead the upcoming revolution in energy storage. Despite the high cost, using sulfide electrolytes shows that you've thought about the process stability, scalability, and performance that would be needed for mass manufacturing. Lighter, quicker charging, longer-lasting, and safer electric cars will be the result of BYD's solid-state batteries if they are successful. These developments will solidify BYD's position as a pioneer in energy technology as well as a car maker, and they will hasten the global adoption of electric vehicles. With 2030 quickly approaching, BYD plans to establish industry standards for a world without lithium-ion batteries. Long wait times for charging are a major obstacle to the widespread adoption of electric vehicles. BYD's revolutionary supercharging technology solves this problem by providing 400 kilometers of range in only 5 minutes. By making charging an electric car more similar to filling up a gas tank, BYD is changing people's expectations for how well EVs function and putting an end to range anxiety. Because of this change, people may be more willing to move from internal combustion engines to electric vehicles without worrying about their vehicles taking too long to charge. Consumers aren't the only ones affected. Tesla, NIO, Xpeng, and Li Auto, among others, are under intense pressure to speed up their technical advancements. When put next to BYD's Megawatt-class chargers, Tesla's 500-kilowatt V4 superchargers appear painfully sluggish. There will be strategic rethinking for other rivals who are experimenting with fast charging or battery swap devices. The Financial Times and The Guardian both have analysts who believe that BYD's foray into ultra-rapid charging might lead to a new arms race, with companies investing heavily in high-voltage designs. The innovations made by BYD will cause significant shifts in the design of batteries and vehicles, in addition to the hardware used for charging. Electric vehicle (EV) designers will need to reevaluate capacity and power handling in harsh environments without sacrificing safety in light of recent innovations, including 1,000-volt systems, silicon carbide power circuits, and solid-state batteries. The procurement of materials, production methods, and the everyday user experience are all parts of the electric vehicle value chain that will be affected by this shift. Modernized power grid infrastructure to accommodate high-power stations, global investments in ultra-rapid chargers, and updated incentive schemes are all necessary for accelerated charging. By demonstrating that efficiency, practicality, and environmental friendliness need not be mutually exclusive, BYD is driving the clean energy revolution and revolutionizing the car industry at large. The financial markets responded immediately and electrifyingly to the announcement of BYD's Super E platform. Following the news, BYD's shares listed in Hong Kong and Shenzhen both surged substantially, with the former reaching a new 52-week high of over 6%. This increase shows that investors are not just impressed by BYD's technical capabilities, but also think that the business has far surpassed Tesla and Mercedes-Benz in important areas of electric vehicle innovation. In a market where electrification is becoming more and more of a priority, analysts like Xing Lei, an independent China auto specialist, have characterized BYD's accomplishment as out of this world, underscoring the company's ability to disrupt the industry. Importantly, several rivals have moved their emphasis to smartification, self-driving and connected car capabilities, just as BYD is making its daring move. Even if automation and software are making great strides, BYD is setting itself apart by putting the emphasis back on fundamental electrification and infrastructure innovations. This proves that infrastructure, charge speed, and range are still the most important factors in determining the success of electric vehicle adoption. The arrival of ultra-fast charging will cause a dramatic shift in how people utilize electric vehicles. Traditionally, charging has been thought of as a simple plug-in, similar to adding more battery to a smartphone. The goal of BYD's 5-minute range extension is to bring back the gas station-style pit stop. Automakers' battery management systems and energy optimization algorithms will certainly undergo adjustments as a result of this shift, which favors quick hubs over sluggish, widely scattered charges. Strategies for managing the grid and city planning for charging infrastructure will also be impacted. Installing 4,000 ultra-fast charging stations, launching the Han L sedan and Tang L SUV quickly, and raising $5.2 billion in a Hong Kong share offering to finance research and development, infrastructure, and worldwide expansion are all steps BYD hopes to do to support its claims with ready infrastructure. Now that technical innovation, infrastructure, and strategic positioning are all part of an integrated strategy, a new era of competition has begun, and the victor will be determined by how well they understand and implement electrification. Even though BYD dominated China's electric vehicle industry, the company's first forays into Europe exposed serious strategic weaknesses: the absence of local market knowledge, a centralized dealer network in big cities, and the sluggish rollout of plug-in hybrids in markets wary of complete electrification are all consequences of viewing Europe as a homogeneous unit. So even if BYD sold 57,000 vehicles in Europe in 2024, it was still less than their internal target of 5% of the market. In early 2025, BYD quickly relaunched its European business after acknowledging these mistakes. Alfredo Altavilla and Maria Grazia Davino, two high-ranking executives from Stellantis and other European automotive behemoths, were recruited as part of a talent acquisition drive. They brought invaluable local knowledge with them. In order to succeed in some areas, Altavilla persuaded BYD's upper management that the company needed a strong range of plug-in hybrids rather than relying solely on electric vehicles. Simultaneously, BYD aimed to increase its local presence and accessibility by expanding its dealership base from 27 to over 120 sites in important areas like Germany. That BYD will now sell hybrids in addition to electric vehicles is a watershed moment in the company's plans for the European market. To provide a more sustainable adoption curve, BYD is in line with real-world customer preparedness by educating rather than pushing a premature change. Brand equity has increased substantially, and BYD's European sales quadrupled in Q1 2025, reaching over 37,000 vehicles. These are early rewards of this rebalancing. Positioning itself as a versatile and responsive global actor, BYD has shown via its local adaptation that it is evolving in its international perspective. With its increased local footprint and superior battery technology, BYD has the potential to become one of Europe's leading electric vehicle (EV) challengers in the next decade as the continent steadily transitions to electrification. At the same time that BYD is dominating new markets, it is spearheading a paradigm change in the way the world gets its energy. An impressive feat was accomplished by BYD in February 2025 when they were contracted to supply the Saudi electricity company, SEC, with the biggest grid-scale energy storage project in the world, a battery energy storage system, BESS, with a capacity of 12.5 gigawatt-hours. To achieve its Vision 2030 objective of getting half of its power from renewable sources, Saudi Arabia relies heavily on this partnership, which has already reached a total of 15.1 gigawatt-hours across various agreements. In addition to supplying batteries, BYD offers a comprehensive storage solution that stabilizes the grid, reduces the volatility of solar and wind power, and guarantees continuous electricity even during periods of high demand and intense heat. In this project, BYD's MC-Cube TESS plays a pivotal role by utilizing cutting-edge cell-to-system integration technology. When compared to more conventional arrangements, this invention enables more efficient use of space, greater density of energy, and better overall operating performance. Critical national infrastructure relies on BYD's usage of lithium iron phosphate, LFP batteries because of their dependability, safety, and long lifespan, which are well known to be extraordinary. This technology establishes a new standard for future large-scale energy storage globally, being designed to tolerate high temperatures and avoid the risk of overheating. It is an ideal fit for the challenging conditions of the Middle East. The importance of this endeavor goes beyond just one country. From 2022 to 2023, the world's energy storage capacity increased by 27 GWh and 74 GWh respectively, and is expected to surpass 400 GWh by 2030. In this ever-changing environment, BYD is well-positioned to take advantage of the worldwide trend toward renewable energy thanks to its early leadership. The vital importance of massive BESS installations in facilitating renewable integration, improving grid resilience, decreasing carbon emissions, and encouraging energy independence is highlighted by the Saudi project. There will be a plethora of chances for pioneers like BYD, since analysts predict that the world will add more than 1 TWA of BESS capacity between 2025 and 2030. Implementing such intricate, large-scale energy solutions positions BYD as an integral element of the energy transformation, going beyond its role as an electric vehicle, EV, and battery manufacturer. The combination of BYD's high performance, safety, and scalability in its power grids has the potential to become the gold standard for robust, decarbonized power systems worldwide as other countries increase their energy demands. Through this ambitious partnership, BYD establishes itself as a key figure in the development of the clean energy infrastructure of the future, expanding its influence beyond the realm of automobiles and into the more expansive realm of sustainable energy. Much obliged for your time. Please subscribe for further updates on the future of electric vehicles. Like the video if you liked it, and comment below with your opinions. Keep the enthusiasm continuing by watching the following video. Don't leave just yet.